Welcome, friends. Welcome to the another session on the power of your subconscious mind by Joseph Murphy. This book is an outstanding book where we learn how, in ancient time and in the present time, the techniques are the same, and how these techniques help to change our subconscious mind patterns and how it affects us on a daily basis by applying the things which can not only heal our wounds, which can also heal the thoughts we are holding about ourselves and others. It will bring that peace and harmony within you when you have the faith within you, and the faith will bring a new path for you where you can create something very beautiful with the help of your subconscious mind. And today Meena ji is going to read the next topics, and the next topic is all about mental healings in modern times. Yesterday we read about mental healings in ancient time, and today the topic is about the modern era. Okay, Meena ji, platform is all yours.
Mohandan, namaste everybody, and good evening, and a very warm welcome to you all. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Thank you so much, Monica G, for the wonderful introduction. So today we're on page 50, and it's entitled Mental Healings in Modern Times. What is it that heals? Where is this healing power? And how can it be put to practical use? These are vital questions of deep concern to all of us. To all of them, the answer is the same. This healing power is in the subconscious mind of every person, and a changed mental attitude on the part of the sick person releases this healing power. No mental or religious science practitioner, psychologist, psychiatrist, or medical doctor ever healed a patient. There is an old saying, the doctor dresses the wound, but God heals it. The psychologist or psychiatrist makes effective change by removing the mental blocks in the patient so that the healing principle may be released, restoring the patient to health. In the same way, the surgeon removes the physical block, enabling the healing currents to function normally. No physician, surgeon, or mental science practitioner can legitimately claim that he or she healed the patient. The one healing power may be called by many different names: nature, life, God, creative intelligence. But in reality, these are simply different ways to refer to subconscious power. As we have already seen, there are many different ways we can use to remove the mental, emotional, and physical blocks that inhibit the flow of the healing life principle, animating all of us. The healing principle resident in your subconscious mind can and will, if properly directed by you or some other person, heal your mind and body of all disease. This healing principle operates in all people, regardless of creed, colour, or race. You do not have to belong to some particular church in order to use and participate in this healing process. Your subconscious will heal the burn or cut on your hand, even if you profess to be an atheist or agnostic. Modern mental healing is based on the truth that the infinite intelligence and power of your subconscious mind responds according to your faith. Mental science practitioners or ministers follow the injunction of the Bible. That is, they go into their closet and shut the door, which means they still their minds, relax, let go, and think of the infinite healing power presence within them. They close the door of their mind to all outside distractions as well as appearances. and then they quietly and knowingly turn over their request or desire to their subconscious mind, realizing that the intelligence of their mind will answer them according to their specific needs. The most wonderful thing to know is this: imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Then the infinite life principle will respond to your conscious choice and your conscious request. This is the meaning of the text. Believe you have received, and you shall receive. This is what the modern mental scientist does when he or she practices prayer therapy. One process of healing. There is only one universal healing principle operating through everything: the cat, the dog, the tree, the grass, the wind, the earth. For everything is alive. This life principle operates through the animal, vegetable, and mineral kingdoms as instinct and the law of growth. Because humans are consciously aware of this life principle, we can consciously direct it to bless ourselves in countless ways. There are many different approaches, techniques, and methods in using the universal power. But there is only one process of healing, which is faith. For according to your faith is it done unto you. The law of belief. All religions of the world represent forms of belief, and these beliefs are explained in many ways. The law of life is belief. What do you believe about yourself, life, and the universe? It is done unto you as you believe. Belief is a thought in your mind that causes the power of your subconscious to be distributed into all phases of your life, according to your thinking habits. You must realize that when the Bible speaks of belief, it is not talking about your belief in some ritual, ceremony, form, institution, or formula. It is talking about belief itself. The belief of your mind is simply the thought of your mind. If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. By Mark 9.23. It is foolish to believe in something that will hurt or harm you. Remember, it is not the thing believed in that hurts or harms you, but the belief or thought in your mind that creates the result. All your experiences, all your actions, and all the events and circumstances of your life are but the reflections and reactions of your own thought. Prayer therapy is the combined function of the conscious and subconscious mind, scientifically directed. Prayer therapy is the synchronized, harmonious, and intelligent function of the conscious and subconscious levels of mind, specifically directed for a definite purpose. In scientific prayer or prayer therapy, you must know what you're doing and why you're doing it. You trust the law of healing. Prayer therapy is sometimes referred to as a mental treatment. Another term is scientific prayer. In prayer therapy, you consciously choose a certain idea, mental picture, or plan that you desire to experience. You realize your capacity to convey this idea or mental image to your subconscious by feeling the reality of the state assumed. As you remain faithful in your mental attitude, your prayer will be answered. Prayer therapy is a definite mental action for a definite specific purpose. Let us suppose that you decide to heal a certain difficulty by prayer therapy. You're aware that your problem or sickness, whatever it may be, must be caused by negative thoughts, charged with fear and lodged in your subconscious mind. You realize that if you can succeed in cleansing your mind of these thoughts, you will get a healing. You therefore turn to the healing power within your subconscious mind. You remind yourself of its infinite power and intelligence, and its capacity to heal all conditions. As you dwell on these truths, your fear will begin to dissolve. The recollection of these truths battles and ultimately overcomes the erroneous beliefs. You give thanks for the healing that you know will come. Then you keep your mind off the difficulty until you feel guided. After an interval, to pray again. While you are praying, you refuse to give any power to the negative conditions or to admit for a second that the healing will not come. This attitude of mind brings about the harmonious union of the conscious and subconscious mind, which releases the healing power. Faith healing, what it means, and now blind faith and how blind faith works. What is popularly known as faith healing is not the faith spoken of in the Bible, which means a knowledge of the interaction of the conscious and subconscious mind. A faith healer is one who heals without any real scientific understanding of the powers and forces involved. He or she may claim a special gift of healing, and the sick person's blind belief in him or her or in his or her powers may bring results. In many parts of the world, traditional healers treat their patients by dances, incantations, and invocations of spirits. A person may be healed by touching the relics of a saint, wearing special ritual garb, lighting a holy incense or candle, or drinking a mixture of brewed herbs. Anything that leads the patient to be honestly believe in the method or process will make a healing more likely. Any method that causes you to move from fear and worry to faith and expectancy will heal. Many people claim that because their individual theories produce results, they must therefore be correct and true. As we have already seen, this cannot be right. To illustrate how blind faith works, think back to our discussion of the Swiss physician, Franz Anton Mesmer. In 1776, he claimed to have produced many cures by stroking the bodies of his patients with magnets. Later, he threw away his magnets and simply made passes with his hands at a short distance from the patient. This too worked. To explain the success of this new procedure, Mesmer evolved the theory of animal magnetism. This he held to be a fluid that pervades the universe, but is most active in the human organism. He claimed that this magnetic fluid was being transmitted from his hands to the diseased bodies of his patients, and that this transfer of animal magnetism was what healed them. People flocked to him, and many wonderful cures were reported. Mesmer moved to Paris. There, the government appointed a commission to investigate his cures. Its members included prominent physicians and members of the Academy of Science, of which Benjamin Franklin was a member. After a thorough inquiry, the commission admitted that Mesmer had produced confirmed cures. It held, however, that there was no evidence to prove the correctness of his magnetic fluid theory. It suggested that the effects were due to the imagination of the patients. Soon after this, Mesmer was driven into exile. He died in 1815. Shortly afterwards, Dr. James Braid of Manchester, England, undertook to show that magnetic fluid had nothing to do with the production of the healings of Dr. Mesmer. Dr. Braid discovered that patients could be thrown into hypnotic sleep by suggestion. While they were in the hypnotic trance, he succeeded in producing many of the amazing phenomena that Mesmer had ascribed to animal magnetism. You can readily see that all these cures were undoubtedly brought about by the active imagination of the patients, together with a powerful suggestion of health to their subconscious minds. It is not unfair to call this blind faith. because neither the patients nor the practitioners understood how me cures were brought about. Subjective faith and what it means. The subjective or subconscious mind of an individual is amenable to the control of his or her conscious or objective mind, as it is to the suggestions of another. It follows that whatever may be your objective belief, if you will assume to have faith actively or passively, your subconscious mind will be controlled by that suggestion, and your desire will be fulfilled. The faith required in mental healing is a purely subjective faith. The way to attain it is to put an end to an active opposition on the part of the objective or conscious mind. For an effective healing of the body to take place, it is, of course, best if both the conscious and subconscious mind are in a state of fully accepting faith. However, it is not always essential. You can enter into a condition of passively and receptively by relaxing the mind and the body and getting into a sleepy state. In this drowsy state, your passivity becomes receptive to subjective impression. A man once asked me, how is it that I got a healing through a certain minister? When he told me that there is no such thing as disease and that matter does not exist, I did not believe a word he said. I thought he was insulting my intelligence, and yet I was healed. How could that be? As I told this man, the explanation is simple. He was quieted by soothing words and told to get into a perfectly passive condition, to say nothing and think of nothing for the time being. The minister also became passive. He affirmed quietly, peacefully, and constantly for about a half an hour that this man would have perfect health, peace, harmony, and wholeness. At the end of the half hour, the man felt immense relief and was restored to health. It is easy to see that this subjective faith had been made manifest by his passivity under treatment, and the suggestions of perfect healthfulness by the minister were conveyed to his subconscious mind. The two subjective minds were then in rapport. If the man had allowed his doubts about the healer's power and the correctness of this theory to surface, these would have acted as antagonistic autosuggestions. The minister's suggestions would have been seriously handicapped or even totally frustrated. In this sleepy, drowsy state, however, the resistance of the conscious mind was reduced to a minimum. The subconscious mind of the patient was receptive to the minister's suggestions. It performed its functions in harmony with those suggestions, and a healing followed. The meaning of absent treatment. Suppose while living in Los Angeles, you learned that your mother in New York was seriously ill. Your first impulse might be to leave your home and job to go to her. But what if that were not possible? Would you have to give up any hope or lending the strength of your faith to the process of your mother's recovery? No. While you might not be physically present, your prayers would go to her nonetheless. It is the Father within that doeth the work. There is but one creative mind. The creative law of mind serves you. What you must do is induce an inner realization of health and harmony in your own mentality. Its response is automatic. This inner realization, acting through the subconscious mind, operates in turn on your mother's subconscious mind. Your thoughts of health, vitality, and perfection operate through the one universal subjective mind. They set in motion a law of the subjective side of life that manifests itself through her body as a healing. In the mind principle, there is no time or space. The same mind operates through your mother and through you, no matter where you may be. In reality, there is no absent treatment as opposed to present treatment. For the universal mind is omnipresent. You don't need you do not try to send out thoughts or hold a thought. Your treatment is a conscious movement of thought. As you become conscious of the qualities of health, well-being, and relaxation, these qualities will be resurgent in the experience of your mother. Results will follow. Here is an actual example of what is misleadingly called absent treatment. A woman in Los Angeles learned that a mother in New York had suffered a coronary thrombosis. She could not go to her mother's side, but she prayed as follows: "The healing presence is right where my mother is. Her bodily condition is but a reflection of her thought life. Like shadows cast on the screen, I know that in order to change the images on the screen, I must change what they reflect. I now project in my own mind the image of wholeness, harmony, and perfect health for my mother. The infinite healing presence that created my mother's body and all her organs is now saturating every atom of her being, and a river of peace flows through every cell of her body. The doctors are divinely guided and directed, and whoever touches my mother is guided to do the right thing. I know that disease has no ultimate reality. If it had, no one could be healed. I now align myself with the infinite principle of love and life, and I know and decree that harmony, health, and peace are now being expressed in my mother's body." She prayed in this manner several times a day. After a few days, her mother had a remarkable recovery. Her cardiologist was amazed and complimented her on her great faith in the power of God. The conclusion arrived at in the daughter's mind and accepted by her with perfect health. Faith set in motion the creative energy within the universal subconscious mind. This manifested itself through her mother's body as perfect health and harmony. What the daughter felt as true about her mother was simultaneously expressed in the experience of her mother. Releasing the kinetic action of the subconscious mind. A psychologist friend of mine told me that a biopsy had shown the presence of cancerous cells in a vital organ. Her oncologist recommended a painful and dangerous treatment. Before agreeing to try the approach, every night before going to sleep, she quietly affirmed, "Every cell, nerve, tissue, and organ is now being made whole, pure, and perfect health in its time." Subsequent tests, I was very impressed by this, but also curious. I asked her why she repeated her affirmation prior to sleep. She told me, once it is set, kinetic action of the subconscious mind continues throughout your sleep. That something beneficial to work on as you drop off into slumber. This was a very wise answer. Notice also that in thinking to her condition by name, I strongly suggest that you stop talking about your ailments or giving them a name, especially in the hours leading up to sleep. The only sap from which, like the above-mentioned psychologists, become a mental surgeon, then your troubles will be cut off the way dead branches are pruned from a tree. On the other hand, if you are constantly naming your aches and symptoms, you inhibit the kinetic action that releases the healing power and energy of your subconscious mind. These imaginings tend to take shape. As a thing I greatly feared, fill your mind with the great truths of life and walk forward in the light of love. Summary of your aids. Realize that correct directions given to your subconscious mind will heal your mind and body. Develop a definite plan in mind. Imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Follow it through and you will get definite results. Decide what belief is. Know that belief is a thought in your mind. It is foolish to believe in sickness or in anything that will hurt or harm you. Believe in perfect health, prosperity, peace, wealth, and divine guide habitually dwell become great acts. Apply the power of prayer therapy in your life. Unite mentally and emotionally with that idea. As you remain faithful to your mental attitude, your prayer will be answered. Always remember through faith, which means a knowledge of the working of your conscious and subconscious mind. Faith comes with understanding. Blind faith, any scientific understanding of the powers and forces involved. Learn to pray for your loved ones who may be ill. Quiet your mind. Thoughts of health, vitality, subjective mind will be felt and made manifest in the mind of your loved one. Practical techniques and mental healings. When an engineer sets out to build a bridge or design a spacecraft, he needs a technique and a set of practice skills and methods. These techniques, skills, and methods must be learned. Techniques, skills, and methods for governing, controlling, and directing your life. These methods and techniques are primary. In building the Golden Gate Bridge, the engineers first had to second, they developed in their minds a visualization of the ideal bridge across the bay. The third step was the application of tried and proven methods by which these steps were completed. The bridge took form, and generations of motorists began to drive across it. If you want your prayers to be answered, you must start with the proper techniques and methods. The way in which your prayer is answered happens by chance. This is a world of order and laws. In this chapter, you will find practice in your spiritual life. Your prayers must not remain up in the air like a balloon. They must go somewhere and accomplish something in your life. Methods. We will not consider in this book the formal ritual prayers used in religious services. These have an important place in group worship, with effective methods of personal prayer that can be applied in your daily life and used to help yourself and others. Prayer is the formulation of an idea concerning something we want to accomplish. Prayer is the soul's sincere desire, deepest needs, and it reveals the things you want in life. Blessed are they that hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. That is the real nature of prayer: peace, harmony, health, joy, and all the other blessings of life. The passing over technique for impregnating the subconscious, use the subconscious mind with the desired outcome. One of the simplest ways to do this is what is called the passing over technique. Mind to take over your request as handed it by the subconscious mind. This passing over is best accomplished in a dreamlike infinite intelligence and infinite power. Just calmly think over what you want. Visualize it's coming into your fuller fruition form from this moment forward. Wrote. She declared firmly and repeatedly, "It is passing away now. It is passing away." It passed away in about an hour. Use this technique with complete simplicity. 8. Your subconscious will accept your blueprint. If you're building a new home for yourself and your family, you would make sure that builders followed your blueprint to the last detail. You would keep watch over the materials used, knowing that the future used to construct it. You would select only the best cement, insulation, electrical wiring, roofing, and so on. Does it not make sense to take a blueprint for your happiness and abundance? All your experiences and everything that enters into your life depend upon the nature of the mental building blocks that you use in your mind is full or cynical. And the quality of the mental materials you are installing in your mind will come forth as more orientation of all kinds. The most fundamental and the most far-reaching activity in life is that which you build into your mentality every waking. Nevertheless, it is real. You are building your mental home all the time, and your thoughts and mental imagery represent your blueprint. Hour by hour, more success and happiness by the beliefs you accept and the scenes you rehearse in the hidden studio of your mind. This statement is your personality, your identity in this plane. your whole life story on this earth. Get peace, harmony, joy, and goodwill in the present moment. By dwelling upon these things and claiming them, your subconscious will accept your blueprint and bring all these things to happen. The science and art of true prayer. The term science means a body of knowledge that is coordinated. Let us think more closely about the science and art of true prayer. This body of knowledge deals with the fundamental principles that can be demonstrated in your life and in the life of every human being, and applies them faithfully. The art is your technique or process, response of creative mind to your mental picture or thought. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. And Matthew 7:7 really means that you shall receive that for which you ask. It shall be open to you when you knock, and you shall find that for which you are searching. This technique, there is always a direct response from the infinite intelligence of your subconscious mind to your conscious stone. You must ask, believing. If you are to receive, your mind moves from the thought in the mind. It cannot move, for there would be nothing for it to move toward. Your prayer, which is your mental act, must be accepted as an image, will play upon it and make it productive. You must reach a point of acceptance in your mind, state of agreement. This contemplation should be accomplished by a feeling of joy and restfulness in foreseeing a certain accomplishment of your desire is your knowledge and complete confidence that the movement of your conscious mind will gain a definite response from your conscious mind, which has boundless wisdom and infinite prayers will be answered. Okay, shall we stop there, Monica? Do you want me to carry on?
Now just stop there. We can read the next one because it is so much information he gave here. So we need to go slowly so that we can understand more. Okay, first share what what new perspective you brings on it.
So from my perspective, I think this chapter is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's talking about people being cured from cancer. It's talking about mental therapy, in the sense that the mother who wasn't well lived miles away through the constant prayer of the daughter and the belief and those positive words. It just showed the words are not just words, they can actually be keen and visual towards where you want to. Good, the fact that the words we're learning today from Joseph Murphy are actually what we're learning through the Unified Book of what Babaji is teaching us of bliss, joy, happiness, peace, being in a calm, relaxed state. And everything that Joseph Murphy is saying is correlating with what we're learning hand in hand with the Unified Book of Mahatma Babaji. So to me, this is amazing. And I can see why Babaji has asked us to look at this book, because it's helping us to see the unified teachings in a practical way that we can relate to on a daily basis. So hats off again to Monikaji, Babaji, Waniji, everybody who's helping with these sessions, because I feel day by day I'm learning something new, I'm growing, and I want to apply these techniques myself. So amazing. The power of thought, basically, and of your subconscious mind. Literally, the title itself is ringing bells with every single example, every single teaching that we've just covered in this short 10 pages or so.
And how beautifully the author mentioned infinite power is within you, like where he mentioned about dogs and cats. We have pets, so we correlate with that on a very deeper level, that they are also a very great healers in our life. They affect us on a very mental and physical, emotional level. They heal us on a very deeper level. Yeah. And this, when you were reading so many things, like it's basically all about trusting the process, for means never giving up on anything. uh, you are continuously trying to think in a way where I'm going to achieve this, whatever it is. It might be your goal regarding your health, or it might be, and healing also, it's not like you need the person next to you telepathically. You can send distance healing to anyone, like in Reiki they use distant healing. And even in the ages of our sense and sages, they were also doing the same things. They were in the remote areas, and from there they connect with the person's third eye, and they were sending healing to them. So it is the same concept again and again used in all the eras. But the thing is, the first two paragraphs where the person use a magnet to heal others, to cure others, and later on he start using his hand. So what happened was, when he was using the magnet, was keep using it, and the same way he was treating everyone, it was now in his subconscious mind, that it means like this magnet, he can also use his hands to heal people, and it affects on the people. Was we all are meditator, we know. When we start meditation, we always say sit in a comfortable relaxed position, and when your mind is calm, you are very relaxed. Most of the time the people are who go for these kind of treatments, most of the time they don't have peace of mind in their life. And the moment their subconscious mind was connected with this calmness, this peace, automatically the words, kinetic words of the person who is giving that speech, it goes and touch your soul, and you immediately feel that calmness. When you were talking about even the instrument music, so many things help us with the healing. Even when you were talking about the music and all those things, it came in my mind. I have a sound ball that I am going to use it, but now it is in my cupboard. I will take it out tomorrow before the session, and tomorrow we will do the meditation with that. It brings so much calmness, instrument, music. And in today's life, everyone is so much busy in modern area. We are so much occupied with so many responsibility. Families are neutral, so it affects you on mental, physical, and emotional level. And that's why I think now healing is very trending everywhere. People approach towards it is very positive. Like even in the past, in ancient time, people were aware, but they were not they were doing the prayers at their own home, right? But now we know the importance of doing it in the group, bringing their consciousness, and then it affects our subconscious mind on a very, very deeper level. This book is an outstanding book, and seriously, I was thinking like you're reading unified book. I was
Very
like,
much.
oh my God, it means every single word similar, similar. So this is not something new, it is a universal law applicable on everyone. But how dedicated and how I take these things is up to me. It is my choice. To take the things in a right way, or it is my own belief system. The same thing means one person will like the same food, but the another might not like it. That person have something different, yeah. So we might have the different approach for the same thing, but at the end of the day everything work. Like with the nature you get healing, with the sounds of birds you get healing, and from animals you get healing, and walking nearby beaches you get healed. Through doing meditation you are getting healed. Yoga, pranayam, these all things also help you with the healing. And all Reiki, there are all other techniques of healings are nowadays available. So these all things are here from a long time, but the awareness, now people are more aware of it, that we need to declutter the things we are holding here, and we have to work on our subconscious mind, um, be in a state of peace, and where not only you're bringing peace to yourself, but you're bringing peace to other people around you also. You're creating that healthy environment actually for yourself and others. And every single word he mentioned in this book is outstanding. Once you start reading, you don't want to stop. You want to just let me go with the flow. But I prefer that if we go slowly, slowly, because it's a very deep knowledge.
Mm.
Means even if we can pick up one topic, one paragraph, means we can go with a whole session with just one paragraph. It's so deep. So thank you very much, Meena
And
ji.
also, I like the reference to the Bible as well. Jesus' teachings in the Bible, where it makes some references, some of the key words there are quite deep as well. The language and the way they're worded, it's quite nice that they're using that to portray the teachings in this book as well.
Yeah, that's true also. And means I like that when you worshiping God and goddesses, you have that faith in you that everything will be okay, everything will be working for me. Yeah. So that faith needs to be there all the time,
Mm.
because you need self motivation stuff where you can motivate. No, you know, I know, I can go with it because I trust God, and this is happening, and it is happening in this present moment. It's not,
Mm.
it was for particular time and frame. A few days ago, I was listening to one of the Guruji's speeches, and wonderfully he shared. He said, when you want to create a peace, don't do the transaction with the God. Transaction with the God means, give me this, I will go and offer you blah blah, right?
Like, mm.
Yeah. Then he said, then always you are in the transaction. I will give this much, you can give. So he said it is a give and take procedure. But he said that the best thing is you're not asking for anything. And now you're realizing he already gave you so much. Let me start gratitude. And he said the moment you start gratitude, you see the things means reverse, because now you realize, oh, I was thinking I'm lacking, and one of the funny video I watched lady there was a poor lady. She had a conversation with her friend, and the friend was saying, how much money you have? She said, I'm poor and you are making fun of me. She said, are you okay? Your kidney is just worth of 1 lakh rupees, and if you go for this organ, it is that much. She said, you're holding a millionaire body and you are saying you are uh, poor. So jokes apart, but it gives you a deep sense that how we take our own self so for granted.
It reminds me, my daughter said the other day, there's only, I think, 4 hospitals in the UK that have this apparatus that helps a person breathe artificial lungs. And she actually saw it working, and she was absolutely amazing. And I thought, oh my God, how amazing is technology? Yet, how amazing is God to think that He's given us these beautiful lungs that take in all the air and give us the goodness and the oxygen, and we take out all the carbon dioxide that's not good for us. Just your simple lungs are doing such an amazing job. And now science have actually created it in a hospital for someone whose lungs aren't working. It is a machine that does it for them.
But whenever something is available as a free gift, we won't appreciate it, we won't value it. But where we have to pay money, we value those things. That is how we take our body so for granted, that God gave us so many things, especially the breath. If I won't means in next moment, if I won't breathe, I'm out, right? So how many time I show in whole day gratitude to my breath. And the same way how our entire body, all organs are working systematically, or senses are working systematically. So it shows that there is a power working day and night, but I have that faith within me to connect with that infinite power with the positive thinking towards it, positive with the positive approach, and I have to apply allow myself to experience something very unique. We all are unique, but we won't believe in our own uniqueness. We think other person is more superior than me, but this book is outstanding, showing that how every single person have that potential, but you need to trust your own self first. So thank you very much.
And also, I like the point where they said that if your subconscious mind created this body from what we were, as in the mother's womb, the whole creation, how we were formed, if it's capable of doing that, then surely it's capable of regenerating and curing you for whatever's not actually in sync and what's actually damaged. So again, it shows the power of the subconscious mind. If it's good enough to create you, it's good enough to heal you because it's got that knowledge, infinite knowledge.
Yeah, that's true also. And one more thing, when while you were talking, one more thing hit me. Yesterday I was reading an article which is all about that. Sometimes the things are very smoothly working according to my own wish, but being a human being, we were like, how everything is perfect. It is also a people's mindset that how a person will be so peaceful, how that person is calm. It is like seems like something dodgy, right? But whereas it is your own choice, where you are no longer in that dynamic where you are approaching those things which affects you on mental, physical, and emotional level, because now you know the power of your subconscious mind, that I have to use my subconscious mind to use this energy to create something beautiful for myself, and to bring that harmony, peace, and universal love in my life, rather than just using this power against like in our unified course Babaji mentioned always free will. Yeah, straightforward. Free will, independence. And then he mentioned that whenever you are doing something, you can't force anyone to go with you, because you are unique, creator of your own universe, and other person is also the same way, is a creator of their own universe. And the same way we can all have our means unique mind, unique creativity. Is up to us how I'm utilizing it. Am I creating something beautiful for myself and for others, or I'm just holding the clutter in my mind? So it's such an means eye opener book, thanks to Joseph Murphy.
Heartfelt gratitude, yes, amazing writer.
Yeah, yeah, deep, deep gratitude. So, can you do certain breath exercises so we can do it with you?
You want to do them now? Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. I'll
If,
just get
if,
a note.
let's go just with the Brahmari.
Yeah, we'll just do the one then today, yeah?
Yeah, Brahmari.
So basically the Brahmari is to help you calm your brain and to calm you down. So if ever you're in a stressful situation or you're feeling anxious or worried, then it's a very simple pranayam. So basically you remove your glasses, you take your fingers, you put your index finger over your eyebrows, your middle and ring finger over your eyes, and your little finger near your nostrils, nose, and then you take your thumb and you cover your ear. And you take a nice deep breath and you let it out, and then you hum like a humming bee. So you hear the sound of in your brain, and that actually affects your neurons and everything in your brain. It calms you down. So if we try and do, say, about 5 or 6 now, in your own timing, it will really help. So I'll just do one to show you what I mean. So cover your eyes, cover your thumb to your ears, take a nice deep breath, and then you breathe out in a humming sound. So you go. Mm. And it depends how long you breathe out as to how long your humming lasts. But in your own timing, if we say we do 5 in our own timing, you'll see a remarkable difference at the end of it. So in your own times, cover your eyes, place your thumbs on your fingers, take a nice deep breath, and then gently hum. Mm. 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 When you're done, as you gently open your eyes, you'll feel totally peaceful and calm, in a peaceful state, ready for sleeping if it's your bedtime.
Thank you very much, Meena ji, for such a nice exercise, breathing exercise. She's makes so relaxed. Thank you, deep gratitude.
Thank you. Deep gratitude to Babaji, all Divine Masters, and everybody for joining with your divine presence today. Did anybody else want to comment or say anything at all? Or have I put you all to sleep? If so, enjoy the peace and calmness, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 7:30.
Vani ji just messaged.
Yeah, I want to say deep gratitude, Monica ji and Meena ji, for such a nice session and reflections, and followed by the meditation technique of Brahmari. It's so good. Thanks very much. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us
Thank you,
and for
Vani.
reading all these chapters so far. Heartfelt gratitude, Maniji, to you too.
You know, whenever
Actually, I enjoyed reading because this is a favorite subject, right? It's very nice.
and it is an eye opener, like so many things we know, but then we realize that, look at the age of the author, that in that era he was holding that much knowledge. His perspective was so much vast about the things. So it's like everything is always available, but it is on us, means we connect with it on right time or not. We still wait for, like, I won't do anything today, tomorrow I will try it. Then that tomorrow will never come. So thank you, Meena ji, thank you, Vani ji, thank you, Nagendra ji. You can wind up the session, Meena ji.
Heartfelt gratitude, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today, and hope you sleep well and have enjoyed the primary, and hope you enjoy the reflections and take on board Joseph Murphy's amazing words. Heartfelt gratitude. Thank you, Babaji.